Hello, mighty yogis and physical movement people types. I just wanted to give you a little tip on how to do some belly down back bends that are a little bit more sustainable, in particular the ubiquitous upward dog. I'll also show you the cobra too. So a lot of times what happens in a belly down back bend, in particular upward dog, and because it's done ad nauseum in a lot of power yoga and vinyasa classes, the tendency is to sort of do it from a bone point of view. In other words, just to push up and let the low spine do most of the work by itself without very much support from the muscles that are actually attached to it or your core. So I'm going to show you a little technique here that I use, and one of the reasons why I'm showing you like this is so you can see what my stomach is doing. And you'll also notice I don't have washboard abs, and I never have. I probably never will, but I'm still pretty strong. So just in case any of you out there are like, oh, I'm not complete until I have a six-pack. You don't even need a two-pack to be super strong. Or you just need more body fat like I have. So what we'll do is we'll take the hands to a reasonable spot. Now this actually makes a difference, and if you know where your hand should go based on the length of your spine versus the length of your arms, it actually is really helpful, not just for better integration in the spine, but also for your wrists, right? So I know that I have long arms in relation to the rest of my body. My torso is fairly long too, and so what I do is I reach my arms back, and I can touch a little bit closer to my knee than I can to my leg. But what I really want to know is in relationship to my spine. So my elbow kind of comes right here, which is about to the low spine. Some people's arms are considerably shorter. My forearms are actually fairly long. And so anyways, these are all things that I put into consideration. So if you have shorter arms, you could put your hands by your chest, and it won't be a huge it won't be big angles that you're going to have in your wrists and your back. But for me, I creep my hands slightly forward, knowing that there's some arm length. And now the most important part here, what I'm actually here for, is not everybody's arms are going to come in, so just know that. But what we're really here to do is to teach you how to use the stabilization of the spine, or if you want to use more esoteric terms, the bandhas. Okay? So my head is only turned to the side because I feel like I need to be looking at you, even though technically this is recorded and neither of us can see each other. But if you can watch, what I do is I'll take an exhale, because an exhale naturally, supports the lumbar spine, particularly the thoracolumbar junction there. And I'll exhale, and I'm going to exaggerate this a little bit. You may not have to be as exaggerated, but I'm going to pull the belly off of the floor. Okay? What this does naturally, without me having to use the back of my body on an active way, is it lets my tailbone draw down towards the heels naturally. If I lift up in the front, the back tends to get longer. So that's on an exhale, and then I'll start the initial push, and then I'll inhale to complete the cobra. I generally don't inhale through the belly. I just kind of let the belly be a little bit more supported. Okay, that's number one. All right, now let's take the next one. In this one, because I'm going to go higher, I'm going to take you up here. Okay, so you saw what the belly did before. You don't have to be quite that exaggerated, or maybe you do initially to start. So it's exhale to lift, and then start to push, and then inhale to support the rest of the pose. Now notice that my arms are not locked out. This is what they would look like. So I'm keeping a little bit of here. Also, my wrist angle is not ridiculous. You can see on one of the wrists, a lot of people, they have their hands back here, and now their wrist angle is way, way over what is recommended. Don't mind that sound. That's my bunny shaking his water thing, because apparently it's not coming out fast enough. Okay, let's do this one more time. And remember, you can do this without hands too, if you have wrist issues. Right, so you can always do exhale to draw in, lift, and inhale up. So that's part one. Inhale, presses. If you could see my feet, you could see they're actively pressing down so the legs charge up. And then exhale. And then inhale. It's a lot more work on the arms. Okay. And then from here, you can really use that drawing in of the low belly to push back into a pointed plank or whatever. And if you just want to keep it in cobra, I'll give you one more option here. I've got tented hand, like that. Exhale. Inhale. Try to keep my neck relatively neutral. This feels pretty good for me. I got no pain anywhere. I feel supported. My arms are doing a lot of work. Okay. I just did a weight training routine before that, so that was actually a little bit hard. Cool. So if you have any questions, let me know. And if you want to see more modifications and different ways to get into common postures, then just put them in the comments and I'll be glad to make a video for each and every one of them. Okay guys, have a good one.